So Kaiju number 8 season 2 episode 1 just dropped, and honestly, I enjoyed it a lot. I'd give it a solid 8.7 out of 10. The episode opens up with a flashback that kind of hits you in the gut. You see young Kafka and Mina in the middle of a kaiju attack. Just kids try to survive while the city crumbles around them. It really reminds you why Kafka even wanted to join the defense force in the first place. He's always wanted to protect people because he knows exactly how terrifying kaiju are when you're helpless. But then you find out it's just a dream. Kafka wakes up all sweaty and rattled, and he's still locked up after that huge fight he had with Chief Shinomiya Isao. Now he's basically not even treated like a human anymore. He's Kaiju number 8, a living weapon that the defense force is scared of but also kind of needs. You can feel how messed up that is for him. He's stuck alone in that tiny room for 5 days straight, probably wondering if there's any way back for him at all, or if he's just going to be locked up or killed off because people see him as a threat now. While he's stuck there, the episode flips over to Reno and Iharu from the 3rd Division. They're on their way to join their new unit, and I like that they didn't just skip over them. Reno especially shows he's still got Kafka's back no matter what. He literally tells Iharu that he wants to protect Kafka even now, even with the whole world basically ready to blast Kafka on sight. That loyalty hits hard. It's small moments like that that remind you the stories, not just big kaiju fights. These people care about each other, and that's what makes the fights actually mean something. Then we switch scenes again and see Kikaru, who's temporarily assigned to the 1st Division, the strongest unit in Japan's defense force, with a reputation so big that people overseas know who they are too. She's super excited to meet the big boss, Captain Narumi Jin, who's hyped up as the strongest man in the whole force. So you expect this super serious, strict, intimidating leader. But when Kikaru walks in his room, the dude's literally playing video games in the middle of a trash pile of snacks and cans. He doesn't even acknowledge her. She's just standing there like this is the strongest guy in Japan. It's honestly hilarious and so on brand for how this story loves to flip your expectations. But then an alarm goes off, kaiju attack. And in a second, Jin flips that goofy switch off and becomes a whole different person. He jumps up, pulls his squad together, and goes out there with the 1st Division to handle the kaiju like it's nothing. The fight scenes show how insane the 1st Division is. Almost everyone in the unit has over 40% combat power, which is a huge deal in this world. They wipe out the kaiju in no time while Kikaru just stands there, realizing these guys are on a whole other level. And just as you start to respect Jin, he goes right back to acting like a kid, Googling himself, and throwing a tantrum because Mina got credit for the takedown instead of him. It's dumb, but it works. You can't even hate him for it, because it makes him so weirdly real. After all that, the story goes back to Kafka. He's finally taken out of confinement after 5 days and dragged in front of Chief Shinomiya, the 1st Division, Kikaru. Everyone who matters is in that room. Kafka's surrounded by people who are strong enough to kill him without breaking a sweat, but he doesn't beg or cry about it. He just asks for a chance to prove he's still fighting for humanity. He wants to show he's not just some monster waiting to snap. You really feel that moment, because he knows he could lose control at any second. He's seen what the kaiju inside him can do, but he's still willing to put his life on the line if it means protecting people. Jin, being Jin, doesn't sugarcoat it. He basically tells Kafka that if he wants to prove himself, he'll have to do it in the field. No special treatment, no mercy. Either Kafka shows his power when it matters, or he's out. It's such a perfect setup for the rest of the season. You know Kafka's going to be fighting not just kaiju, but the fear and doubt everyone has about him too. Overall, I thought this episode did exactly what a first episode should do. It brought back all the stakes, it reminded us who these characters are and why they matter, and it set up new threats without feeling slow or filler-y. Reno's loyalty moment was really nice. Jin's intro was hilarious, but also badass, and Kafka's situation feels way more tense now because he's stuck right between monster and man. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, it's an easy 8.7 out of 10 for me. If the next few episodes keep this balance of action, emotion, and dumb but funny character stuff, Season 2 could honestly top Season 1. I just want to see how Kafka fights alongside the 1st Division, and if he can actually keep control when the real monsters show up. So yeah, that's basically my take on Kaiju number 8 Season 2 Episode 1. If you watched it too, I'd love to hear what you thought. Did you like Jen? Do you think Kafka can keep it together? And do you trust the first division, or do you think they're going to turn on him the first chance they get? That's it for me. Kaiju number 8 is back, and it's looking good so far. Can't wait for the next one.